What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talking Shit, episode 116. My name is Barrett Courtney. I'm one of your hosts, and here, joined with me, are my two great co-hosts and even better friends, the bisexist from Texas, Henry Montiero. And over here is the Filipino chump, Max Romero.
I watched the bee list. It was not, in fact, a video listing the different subspecies of bees. I was misled.
Number 1, honeybee. Watchmojo.com with the top 10 bees.
Fuck you, number 1 should have been Bumblebee.
Number 1 should have been Jerry Seinfeld.
No, Bumblebee from Transformers.
Yeah. Hey, Shia LaBeouf, what's your favorite kind of tuna? Bumblebee!
Yeah, the B-List, second episode of the B-List came out. I'm very proud of it.
It was actually really good, in real talk.
Thank you. I have to
Talked
start
about Superman.
I have to start episode 3 very, very soon because I need to get episode 3 done as fast as possible because I know episode 4 is going to take a long time. So I need to get like that done hopefully in the next 2 weeks, which is stressing me out already. And that will go up on November 5th. Like I've said before, my goal is to try to get these episodes up the first Saturday of every month. So November 5th will be the episode 3 for the B-List. I'm very proud of the Dark Knight Rises one. I sort of want to go at one point, if I remember, home this week during Colin and Greg Live, tip them and share that episode with them. Don't make them watch it on the show, but just be like, hey, watch this at any point, because I know the Dark Knight Rises is a huge debate amongst the kind of funny guys. At least the quality of it.
I hope your next episode is about how WWF No Mercy is the best game on the Nintendo 64.
It's a very weird day here at the A studio for BZG. We're recording Talking Shit 2 days early. It's pretty weird. I feel weird.
Yeah.
Especially yesterday where I was like, it was Sunday and I was like, fuck, I gotta put topics together already. And then I decided I'm gonna record BGG news later in the week. So by the time you guys were watching this, BGG news, the recent episode was filmed somewhere else. So
In front of a live studio audience.
no, it's still filmed in front of no one.
Going, yay.
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 Henry, how's your week been?
It's been good.
Yeah?
Just kind of chilling.
Chilling like a villain?
Yeah, relaxing at home. Just did some stuff.
Yeah? What kind of stuff? What games are you playing? What movies are you watching? What TV shows are you watching?
So yesterday I went to see Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
So shout out to Fred Sullivan, friend of the show from New Jersey. Him and his girlfriend came out here from New Jersey this last weekend to see Sean Pitts.
See Miss Peregrine.
But so they
wasn't playing in New Jersey. This was the next best.
So they've been staying a little out of San Francisco, staying with some friends, and they went to go see that movie at one point over the weekend. One of the first nights that they stayed here, and I thought to myself, why? And I'm going to ask the same question here. Why?
My dad got tickets for it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I just went to go see it because I was like, hey, might as well see as many movies as I can to get a good understanding of film.
I don't know if this was the movie to see to understand film.
But so I never read the original book. I know at least one person who loves the original book. Mm. And from what I've heard, they changed a lot.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever read it?
No. I didn't even know it was a fucking series until a couple of days ago.
You have any interest in seeing this movie?
No.
Hopped up.
So
I just see advertisements all over the mall that I work
Tim
out.
Burton. But the ending has
Did Tim Burton direct that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it's actually interesting because it's the least Tim Burton-y direction I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
On a scale from what's a super Tim Burton-y looking? If on a scale of Batman Returns,
Yeah.
to
Edward Scissorhands.
yes,
On
Edward Scissorhands, this would be on the other side of the scale.
So
Okay.
it's like Big Fish.
Yeah, the Tim
Fish
Burton.
is my
so
favorite.
good. Yes,
That was my
yes.
favorite.
So it's funny to think people hate on Tim Burton now, but he made some really amazing movies
Oh, yeah.
Batman, Batman Returns, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
That was the bike one, right?
Yeah.
My bike.
Edward Scissorhands.
bike.
Big Fish.
Good one.
Yeah, thank you.
Big Fish. Not Nightmare Before Christmas. That was Henry
That
Selick.
was,
Yep. A lot of people.
People even thought he made Coraline.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like, so it was okay. Like,
Yeah.
it was fun. I never felt like
when I saw
bored watching it.
advertisements, I was like, "This looks like a movie that just exists." You know? Have you
like
been
Nanny McPhee.
Yeah, exactly. Watching any TV shows? Anything interesting?
Not really.
No?
Still watching like King of the Hill. I'm on the 8th season now.
Jesus, where are you
starting
watching
from the
that?
beginning.
Do you own them all? That's why.
We're buying them on Apple TV.
Okay. I wish that's a show I really wish that was on Netflix.
I tell you what. I tell you what.
Whoa.
Have you been
Bob,
playing?
Butterfree.
I'm gonna ask you actually what video games you've been playing.
To hold off.
We're gonna hold off on that. Max, how's your week been?
I've just been confined to my bed mostly. I've been a little sick.
Yeah, you and I have both been under their weather. I
Just-
feel like
Just reenacting the video to Lazarus by David Bowie.
mine was a little quick though. Like mine sort of like came and went in like the span of like 24 hours. It was like a really bad head cold, and like I worked at one point through that cold, and it was not fun. Like I was very out of it for most of my shift. But I was like I can't. I'm covering this person. I'm covering a person's shift. I don't want to like let that person down.
Yeah.
And I also need the money, so I can't really like ask anybody else to cover this.
You're always letting someone down.
Yep. It's true.
So you just like snort a bunch of emergency and get to it.
Exactly.
Ooh, gotta get that orange powder.
So yeah, you were under the weather.
Yeah, but I have been watching Luke Cage in the meantime.
Ooh, how you feeling about that, Luke Cage, son?
I like the vibe of it. I like the subtlety and inclusion of the rest of the Marvel universe, which is cool.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the car ride here. I'm only 3 episodes in. Fred Sully fucked up my entire plans this weekend. Fucking Fred.
Spoilers: Luke Cage's superhero name becomes Nuke Cage. You'll find out why.
They're doing Civil War again?
Shit.
I was hanging out with Fred all weekend, so I didn't really have the time to watch Luke Cage until last night, and I only was able to watch the first 3 episodes. And I was really like, I really wanted to watch the rest of it, but I made myself go to bed at midnight last night because I was like, we gotta record the show tomorrow. So yeah, held off. But you're about halfway through the season.
Yeah. How many episodes is it? Like 13?
It's 12.
12. Okay, so I got to the.
That's the continuity of him fucking plowing Jessica Jones.
Is there more plowing?
That's what we need to know.
Well, with minimal spoilers, they kind of regard her as his rebound chick, which is kind of how it went in the comics or one night stand.
And that's in the Jessica Jones show. That's sort of what it seemed like as well. Like,
yeah,
she was sort of the rebound girl, and also like. I think my trouble with it is like I forgot a lot of what happened with Luke Cage in Jessica Jones. So like, a lot of the stuff they allude back to, I'm like, fuck, hold on, I gotta pause and like read back on like what happened throughout Jessica Jones because I forget some things like the whole.
Gotta keep notes, son.
Gotta keep them notes and whatnot.
The purple guy did the purple thing, and
like that's the biggest problem I think with the Netflix Marvel shows is like they're so tight together, but like there's so many months in between each season.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Iron Fist, but that's going to be like another one that's not going to come out until like next year, and then I'm
so behind.
Forget everything about Luke Cage.
I'm so behind on the Netflix shows. Like I still need to watch Stranger Things, and literally everyone's told me to watch Stranger Things.
And that's the thing. I think Stranger Things is important because I think it's a good contender for TV show of the year.
I still need to watch House of Cards.
Yeah.
I still need to finish the first season of Daredevil.
Daredevil season 1 is so good. Daredevil season 2 not that good.
Starts off really good,
and then just deviates into
then the Punisher comes in and they changed his gimmick, so now all he does is say puns all the time, and that's the
Punisher.
That's the punishment.
Been playing any video games or seeing any movies?
Crab,
mostly snip here and there.
Snip
Haven't
crab.
seen any movies because I don't have a car.
We're in a very big dry spell for movies right now.
I also don't have a car. Other than that, just playing mostly Overwatch, and it's been going all right. That game's becoming as much of an existential dread as Destiny, because you play a ton, you suffer a ton due to competitive multiplayer,
and then you look into like how many hours you put into it, and then you're like, "Fuck, I've wasted a lot of time."
That comes after the loot boxes you get every time you level up, and you're like, "Gotta get some good, gotta get something." No, they're just
Gotta get good.
Gotta get good, son.
Who's your waifu? Better be Torbjorn.
Genji.
With that, honestly, with that ass.
I saw this picture
Roadhog.
online where it was like Junkrat in actual canon.
Oh, yeah.
Dirtiest man lives in. What was it again?
He hasn't showered for like 60
Smokes
years.
poop.
Smokes animal poop. My waifu is obviously Roadhog. He's a bottom.
Yeah. Power bottom.
Oh yeah.
Going back to Luke Cage for a moment. I really like the colors that they use, the cinematography, the music is so fucking good.
The music's really good.
And also just like the subtle like relations of like what's going on in the plot and like the books that Luke Cage surrounds himself with. Like the first episode, he like drops his bag, and then out of his bag comes out Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, and I was like, yes, yes. And
That's book.
yeah, it is a book. It's a book that I really, really enjoyed. It's one of the few books I actually read for high school.
I'm still sad that Luke Cage isn't played by Terry Crews, playing the same character as he does in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Luke Cage got a yogurt fridge.
Well, the other Old Spice guy was campaigning to be Luke Cage, especially.
The OG, yeah.
The soft-spoken, charismatic black man holding a large Dorito.
And I also love, I think it was in the second episode of Luke Cage where, or maybe the first one, where without giving like super big spoilers, he saves someone and they're like, we want to hire you. And then he says, I'm not for hire. And it's like it's so good.
My favorite still is the illusion of Stilt Man. The constant illusion of Stilt Man.
Oh yeah, Stilt Man. He exists in the MCU. He is canon.
It's Machine Man coming in.
Now I just can't tell if we're talking about like Mega Man villains at this point.
I mean, is that not what Marvel is?
Well, I wanted so badly because Daredevil's actor Charlie Cox also wanted Stilt Man to have the stilt suit as well. So I was waiting for
I love Charlie Cox.
I was waiting for a part in Daredevil where he's just fighting bad guys in like a brick building, and then all of a sudden like this. You just hear like mechanical legs, and then like everything's silent, but then like a foot just extends through the wall and kicks Daredevil.
When's MODOK coming in?
MODOK!
He should have been in Iron Man 3.
No, he should have been in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Should have been in Avengers.
He's not
2.
so much a space character, though. He's more of a tech
He's more of a machine organism designed only for killing.
MODOK, kill! MODOK!
I still think he should be played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt with tiny arms.
I think that would be really good. Oh God, what happened?
I was okay, so they alluded a little bit to MODOK in Iron Man 3 as well when like he was showing like the hologram diagram of like the big like mind like Happy Hogan's just like is just like giving
brother.
He's just like it's a big brain. He's showing her like a big brain, and immediately I was just like MODOK better be the fucking villain.
But no, it's fake Mandarin.
Yep.
And then
also known as Cantonese.
Yeah. I am the Cantonese. God.
Anyway, I've been I haven't watched any movies, but I
Thinking
watched
about MODOK.
Thinking about MODOK, watching Luke Cage, watching a little bit of The Office, going back into The Office again, and what have I been playing? I played Batman Telltale episode 2. That's no different for episode 1. I think it's just like a lot of shocking twists just for the shock value, you know.
Who's writing this, Paul Dini?
Damn.
Who's writing this, Jeff Loeb?
Oh shit. And so yeah, that was that, and I haven't really been playing much. I sort of dropped out of BioShock after the big twist, just because I haven't touched it actually since our last recording, just because I'm so hyped for Mafia 3, and I'm so excited. Like, by the time this comes out, Mafia 3 exists in the world, and it's out there. By the time you guys are watching this or listening to this, we will have a Mafia 3 video reacts up at one point if you want to check that out. And so, yeah, I haven't been playing much because I'm so in the mood for an open world right now. So just been waiting. Just been biding my time until Mafia 3. I went into Rocket League a little bit, though. Just going back there, playing a couple little matches offline.
Realize you suck compared to everyone.
No, I've just been playing offline because I just know if I go back online, it's gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be sad.
I haven't played like online since January when they brought on hockey. Hockey was really fun. But anyway, Henry, you've been playing a video game.
I've been playing numbers.
Tell me about the video games, but you've been playing, but also finish with the talk about the most important video game.
The one
last.
that's our first topic.
Yeah, this is a segue into our first topic. So, what games have you been playing?
So I beat Kirby Planet Robobot.
Okay.
One of my games of the year.
Okay.
Very fun. Very like well made. It's got like that Nintendo sheen to it.
I'll have to borrow it.
Yeah. So I ordered off Amazon Mafia 2.
Okay.
And I've been playing through that.
Oh yeah, how you liking that? Is this your first time playing Mafia 2?
So I borrowed it from Ricky, as you may remember.
Yes.
But something was wrong with his copy because twice I started the first mission after the intro, where you're driving back, and twice the car fell through.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
So I started getting frustrated. Like, I only have one trophy on this, so I can't delete it.
Yeah.
So I bought a copy of it, and now I'm playing through it. Having fun with that. Playing through Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. And if this was on Wednesday, I probably could beat it before the next episode.
Yeah.
Very short game. It's like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's not that long. How are you enjoying it though?
That's fun.
Yeah.
Like, my biggest problem with it is definitely the combat and camera.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an aged game.
The combat is very simple. It's just like you press square to attack them, and once they fall over, press triangle.
Yep.
And then, like, the camera, like, whenever you, like, hit a wall or something, it does the thing where it spams. Like, oh, we can't get behind the character. Like, we can't make this wall invisible.
Yeah.
Are there any other games I've been playing? Two Dots?
What?
Oh, 3D Game Heroes?
Yeah. You know Two Dots.
No, I don't.
The mobile game where it's like...
No, I don't.
With the
I don't
dots,
play a mobile
but it's
game.
like two.
But there's two of them. I've never heard of that game before, so no, no idea. Totally over my head.
Is there anything else I've been playing?
There's a big game you've been
With
playing.
your feelings.
So I beat Uncharted 4.
Let's talk about Uncharted 4. Let's talk about your feelings about Uncharted 4. So I got a text message, and this was on
I'm getting water.
Saturday. On my 10, I'm in the middle of my shift. I'm on my 10-minute break. And I get a text message from Henry. Beat Uncharted 4. I was like, all right. What'd you think?
What do you say?
So, I just want you to guess what Henry said. What this motherfucker over here said about Uncharted 4.
It eats my donkey nut.
Oh, I was gonna say
That's not what he said.
Was it? I want to smash Drake.
No.
I want to smash.
I want to dance.
Could you
I want to
also,
smash Drake and Nathan.
No. So well, first thing he says is Elena is annoying.
No, I didn't say Elena's annoying. I said I thought her voice actress did a terrible job.
Oh, okay. Voice actress not doing that well as Elena.
And
but then also, motherfucker says, don't think it's as good as either Uncharted 2 or 3. So Henry, please explain yourself here of your thoughts on Uncharted 4.
So my biggest problem with Uncharted 4 is I have to go back to why I love Uncharted 2 and 3, and that's because Uncharted 2 and 3 were just fun games.
Yeah.
Like, incredibly, like, they're like the only recent games where I can look at and be like, this feels like if you made a remake of those early, like, NES, SNES, like jumper shooter games.
Yeah.
Like Contra.
Yeah.
I did not get that same feeling from Uncharted 4. Because, here's why. Amy Hennig directed those games, and this was directed by Neil Druckmann.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 just felt like, hey, let's have Last of Us, but with Nathan Drake.
And less ladders.
But as many box puzzles.
See, my argument...
Too many box puzzles, you have to admit.
Oh, no, yeah. That was a... And that's sort of a...
That's the exact reason why I didn't give it a 10.
That's like the problem, I think, with all Naughty Dog games. There's always like one thing in every single Naughty Dog game where it's just like, okay, this is happening way too fucking much.
I didn't get that feeling as much with Last of Us. Because remember, I gave Last of Us a 10.
Too many ladders. Yeah. I really am surprised in a way, sort of... It doesn't... To me, it doesn't feel like The Last of Us. To me, it does feel like an Uncharted 4 with actual character depth. You know, they always sort of tease it in Uncharted 2 and way more in Uncharted 3 with the whole, like, the divorce or whatever with Nate and Elena, and so them finally coming back together. And I think this one definitely has darker tones, but I don't think it's Last of Us darker tones. I think there's just more of adult themes in this one, and I think the way that they tackle those adult themes and the way they reveal certain plot points is really well done, and I think it's one of the best told stories in a video game. So
He's just saying he likes it so that he can hide the fact that he hates it because he can't play as Chloe.
And that Chloe does not appear in that game whatsoever. So,
Yeah.
Well, they have a tease of her, but that's about it. And
tease.
To be honest, that's all they really needed. If they forced in characters from the older games, it would have felt weird, especially when you're introducing a new character, which is Drake's brother. And so I think that even it is a way more toned down Uncharted, right? It's not the... It still has like the summer box office movie moments where you're climbing up the tower and the tower like fucking falls down, and the car chase like soon after that and whatnot. Did you get the trophy for? Remember the first E3 demo?
Yeah, I got that. I got the most important trophy in that game. Take a picture of Sully.
Yeah, where you're doing the
Say
phone.
cheese.
Yeah, I think that the themes that they're tackling there is like the whole trying to be... You're in the middle of this sort of relationship and this marriage that is very repetitive. It's settled and whatnot, and trying to find a spark again in that marriage. And I think that's a lot. I think that's the most important sort of plot in the game. You know, it's sort of not focused on like the entirety of it. It's more focused on like the relationship between Nathan and what's the brother's name? Sam. It's more focused on them, but I think the relationship between Nate and Elena is actually the most important thing in that game, just because, you know, like in the beginning of it where they're talking to each other, but they're not like talking to each other. You know, they're very just like one note. Not really. They're both sort of in their own worlds, especially Nate. And then later on, like after they've gone on this like last adventure, like they are like themselves again. And there's like this nice balance of like, you know, like I won't give too much spoilers for the final like chapter, like the epilogue. Thank you. But you see that they are able to finally combine the two things that they love, like having a normal life, but still having adventures that aren't, you know, like gonna have all of these people shooting at you and shit, right? They're able to combine the best of those worlds, you know, and I think that's something that was really, really, really well done. And I think like a lot of the main twist of that game of like we knew that Nathan Drake wasn't really his last name. We knew that from Uncharted 3. And
it's actually Leibowitz.
The reveal of why he chooses the name Drake is so fucking cool. Like the whole like flashback scene with Nate and Sam, and they go and try to get all of this again, try not to get into spoilers, but because have you played Uncharted 4?
I played bits and pieces.
Bits
You
and
can borrow
pieces.
my copy.
Yeah, you'll have to play it by the end of the year so we can vote for Game of the Year.
All right.
By the way, it's going to No Man's Sky.
So I
So you have to beat it.
So I agree with you. Definitely, there are darker tones, but I think it's still like lighthearted. No one, I guess I will say this just for the sake of my argument. Sorry, Max. I don't think you've beaten the game.
No, you can spoil it all you want.
Yeah.
I
No
played.
one important dies. You know, like it has that happy ending where The Last of Us has like this really
Oh
fucked
well, I
up
don't want
like
to play it at all. Then I live for. I play video games, so I'm just like, which one of you fuckers is gonna die?
See, that was a problem I had with the plot. Was that the entire it feels like the entire plot is like Elena talking to Nathan like, you can't do this forever.
yeah.
But then he does it forever.
But he
There's no
doesn't-
emotional
He does, but he doesn't do it forever, right? He does after that main story, right? And you show the epilogue, and it shows like all the adventures that they have. It's not like in those adventures they are getting shot up and whatnot, and that's what she's talking about. You can't fucking deal with like all of these like people who are doing illegal things and like all of these evil people, right? Like that's what she's talking about. Like you can't go find like what's the point of finding this treasure when there's so much unnecessary danger in front of it? And I think that's what she's really trying to get at. And with like all of the adventures they have later on, it seems like, you know, they're on the covers of like magazines and stuff, and those things were probably like semi-dangerous. Like I think at one point, like you see like one of the magazines, they like unearth like this like sunken ship and whatnot, and there's probably like little dangerous things, but it's not like he's dealing with like thugs that are like looking to kill him and whatnot to find those like artifacts, right?
They're adventurous, but not dangerous.
Yes, exactly. So I think that's what she's trying to get at. Like I do sort of see your point a little bit, but I think again it was sort of like I said earlier, it's like the combining of like having this healthy relationship and realizing like what started that relationship was crazy adventures, you know? And it does get to the point where like in this I don't know how far apart 3 and 4 are from each other. And like I think it's like 8 years maybe. It's been a while. And they
I
sort
love how
of
at the ending Nathan Drake doesn't look any older.
he just has like it's basically just Nate.
Hi,
but
I
he's-
have a gray streak now.
I think he looks a little chunkier in the ending, but
Donut Drake.
what I'm more surprised about in the epilogue is that Sully is still alive. Like after like
I got my prostate checked.
Turns out you can't goddamn die.
But now Nathan,
goddamn it, it's goddamn goddamn it, goddamn it's goddamn.
but now
Dorado,
Nathan
goddamn it.
can't. Nathan can't get it up unless Elena hides an artifact up her ass.
so
Same.
I understand like a lot of people's like argument where like it doesn't feel as fun as 2 and 3. It doesn't feel as lighthearted. I understand that, but I think it is the best Uncharted story, and I think it does combine those two elements of like fun, lightheartedness, but still have like depth. This is like the most I think this is the closest one of the closest games that we have gotten that is telling a story much like a movie would tell a story. You know, there's very few video games that we have out there that are like that have like a well-rounded story and like reveals things in a well-paced manner and whatnot.
Another thing. I have a problem with the gameplay story connection in it.
Yeah.
And like, so I don't play games for the story most of the time. Like, I usually play games for like the gameplay.
Yes.
That's shocking.
And when I pay attention to like the story, it's usually when like gameplay goes with the story or like helps push it forward, like BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
With Uncharted 4, the problem is that in trying to make a more complex story, they kind of create more of a gap between the gameplay and the story, because it's like they do more to like turn Nathan Drake into a full person.
Yeah.
But he still kills over 500 people in this game.
It's definitely less though. You find this game definitely turns less into like fucking what's the word that I'm thinking of here?
Lara Croft.
No, but like when a wave shooter, right? Like Uncharted 2 and definitely Uncharted 1 is very like wave, like we're going to stay in this area and these bad guys are going to come in waves and whatnot. And Uncharted 4 definitely isn't that. But there is, I will admit that there is definitely a disconnect between gameplay and the story. And then also the gameplay peaks in the first couple hours of the game. And that's actually, if you want to listen to another podcast where I talk about Uncharted 4 and Doom, you should check out Monthly Passions podcast, one of the Irrational Passions podcasts, where I talk with Jarrett Green about like the escalation of gameplay with Doom. And then we started talking about Uncharted 4 and like how the escalation sort of hits at the first 2 hours and then it sort of plateaus for the rest of the game. And so I will admit that. It's like the gameplay is, but the gameplay is also not why I'm playing the game, but I understand that you play games for gameplay, so.
Another thing with like the story and gameplay is that it's like, at some points it felt like they were going so much for like, we're going to evolve this game, push it more forward, that like, they didn't realize that you can cut things out of the game. Like, they had the whole, like, I want to say there's 2 parts in the game where it's like you have to explore for your objective. Like when you first get to Madagascar, and then when you're looking for the Pirates Cove.
Oh, yeah. And there's like all of these like...
And I'm just like, you could just have it start off with them driving to there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely like some weird like pacing issues, like 2/3 into that game. So yeah, I see it.
Also, I was disappointed that there was no like big, suddenly ghosts,
spiders.
But I think that's the cool thing though, and they joke about that is like, are these like pirate ghosts? Like what the fuck's going on? Like don't joke about that, right? And I think that's actually the twist. And we talk about that all the time. And we talked about that with BioShock Infinite. Like
the twist is we're the real monsters.
BioShock Infinite might have been cooler if the twist was that there was no twist. And I think that's what Uncharted 4 was trying to get at, is that like this isn't some grand like fucking adventure where there's gonna be fucking blue monster beasts or fucking Nazi zombies and whatnot. And yeah, people forget that in Uncharted 3 there wasn't really a twist, you know? Like there was like the fake oh, these people have mega demon powers, but then that was fake, you know?
And
like
Sully's alive.
And Sully's alive and whatnot. So that
oh god damn it.
So people forget that there wasn't really a twist in Uncharted 3, and I really like that with Uncharted 4. Is that there's no like
want to die.
Drake is just sort of going down this rabbit hole with no sort of explanation of like, or not explanation, but no like grand reason of finding like, oh, these guys are being bad, or like, oh, we have to stop these Nazi zombies. It's literally just the gold, and that he's so obsessed with treasure. And I think that's like the really cool like sort of thing, is that he's not doing it to stop people from misusing like a weapon or finding a hidden city to exploit it for its drug water, or to find these like blue beasts and their blue fucking magic thing to make them stronger or whatnot. It's all about his obsession with treasure. I find that really, really cool. Because they tease that in Uncharted 3. They sort of walk around it a little bit, and so yeah, I don't know. I'm
still gonna play through it again. Like get some more trophies for it.
Yeah,
my plan is to go play the explore difficulty to get all of the treasures. Get 1,000 kills.
Yeah,
trophy. The sneak past without killing anyone.
Yeah.
There was one more I was going to get on that difficulty level.
There are a bunch of like cool little trophies that you can get. But anyway, even though you don't like it as much as 2 and 3, do you still think of it as a Game of the Year contender?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10? All right. It'll be interesting to see where that game ends up when we vote on Game of the Year.
Another thing is that if you go online, the Naughty Dog Circle Jerk is quite the feast to behold.
I have no idea what that is in reference to.
You don't know what a circle jerk is?
But I know the circle jerk.
No, know what the idiom meaning of it is.
No.
A circle jerk is when you have a bunch of people in the same room all agreeing with each other to inflate their egos. You see it like every time I went to look up like what people thought of Uncharted 4, and everyone was just like, does anyone else think Uncharted 4 is the best game Naughty Dog's ever made? And all the comments agreeing with it.
yes.
I would say it's second best. I think The Last of Us is a superior game.
Crash Bandicoot. No. Crash Team Racing.
No.
Sonic Boom.
Jack X Combat Racing.
I think it is the best Uncharted game. I don't think it's the best
Uncharted.
Naughty Dog
The
game.
Fast of Us.
Ellie.
But we're all at our different opinions. But it's not like you disliked the game.
Watch me get first place on every racetrack in The Fast of Us with a clicker.
But you didn't unlike you didn't dislike the game.
No.
Yeah, you enjoyed it. That's good to hear.